I always loved sitting by my bedroom window late at night, gazing at the silence of the street. But that night, the silence turned into something else. Something I will never forget. It was almost 3 a.m. The outside was darker than ever, and a thick fog had blanketed the street. I was staring at the motionless trees when suddenly something in the window of the house across the street caught my attention. The face slowly began to tilt. Now I felt that the face was not only staring at me but also trying to come closer. In sheer terror, I pulled the curtain shut and tried to forget it. A few minutes later, I heard a faint tapping sound from my window. My whole body froze. With fear, I pulled the curtain aside, but this time, a face was right on the other side of the glass. Motionless and silent. I remember nothing except that when I came to, I was lying on the floor of my room, and the window glass was shattered. But something even stranger was in the room. A note on the floor that read, "You are not alone." It all started with an emergency call. I worked the night shift as a security officer in an old office building. One night when the building was empty, the emergency phone rang. It was 2:47 a.m. Someone from inside the building had called the police and said, "Someone is here and they're following me." But I was the only person in the building. Panicked, I started searching the floors. There was no one, but the lights in one of the rooms upstairs were on. As I got closer, I saw that the phone on the desk was still connected to the police call. A few minutes later, 2 police officers entered the building. I explained that I was the only one with the keys and that no one else should be here. They decided to search the entire building. One of the officers, pointing toward the dark hallway, said, "Why is someone walking over there?" When I turned around, I saw a shadow quickly disappear into the darkness. The police couldn't find anyone, but before leaving, one of the officers said, "This isn't the first time we've received strange calls from this building. Be careful." Since that night, every time I'm alone in that building, I feel like someone is watching me. I am a forensic pathologist and work the night shift at the hospital. For me, corpses and the mysteries of life and death were never strange. But the night they brought in an unknown body changed everything. One night, while everyone else was busy in other parts of the hospital, an unidentified corpse was suddenly brought into my department from the emergency room. The lifeless body, with grayish skin and eyes that seemed to be staring at something, looked odd. But there was something even stranger about the corpse's hands. A scratch-like mark that resembled a serial number. Before starting the autopsy, I tried to identify the body. However, when I searched for any information about this person, I couldn't find any records. I was puzzled. Was he really dead? As I began the autopsy, I noticed something moving inside the body. It was as if something alive was inside it. Suddenly, I heard a faint sound from within, as though the body was speaking. My body froze in terror, and I stopped the procedure. I gathered my courage and continued. Then, I noticed a faint note under the skin of the body. "If you perform this autopsy, I will show you where I came from." Before I could process that, the lights in the entire room went out, and I felt something breathing softly.